Yo,
Yes,
welcome
sir.
to the show. Glad to be here with you all. If you all are watching this, you all have been blessed to make it to see another day and another minute. And what did you say? You part of the resistance?
So if you're watching this, I mean, it's not too crazy. We're praying for the people out in Jackson.
Oh man,
it was one guy he turned on his bath water, and his bath water was pitch black, and they said, "Boil what? What are you boiling?"
Yeah,
it's pitch black, full of dirt.
You know what, Des? That is a good place to start the show off at. Jackson, Mississippi. Who would ever thought?
Yeah.
I'm talking about, this is like some Flint, Michigan type stuff.
Yeah.
People turning on their bath water, their shower water is looking all brownish, and people got kids and families. They're telling them, hey, you can't even take a shower in this. And then you turn on your water and your water pressure is so low.
It's kind of dirty. The water's kind of dirty. I don't know if there's from the rust or whatever the case might be. It's frustrating. Everybody's frustrated,
I have me and 6 kids here. And I have to constantly remind them, do not brush your teeth with that water. Do not wash your face with that water. Me as a parent, I'm going to do it.
Pressure is so low that little drops are coming out your faucet.
It's sad, dog.
But if you're watching this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please donate if you want to. We do this just to,
hit the cash out.
If you want to
sit down, don't touch nothing but like, comment, and subscribe button.
Yeah,
straight up.
Get in them comments. We come in. We like to talk.
Do what y'all do.
Yeah,
we'll be in there.
That's
but
right.
yes, I got an auntie that stay in Madison. It's not too far outside of Jackson, Mississippi. It's actually real wild out there. It's real wild. It's getting bad. But what I found interesting,
bad, like just for as the water, or bad
as far as the water,
okay.
But the water's gonna turn. It's already Jackson's not the most prestigious place in Mississippi. So with water being off and things like that, people having to fend off and things like that. What else are they gonna lead to? Crime. Be on the lookout for crime. Mississippi's already a crime-ridden state. On top of that, I found it the heart machine. Ain't that what it does? Don't the heart machine take the vapors out of the air and turn it into water? Make rain out of it? Ain't that how they make rain? They use the vapors in the air to make rain, right?
What?
Yeah, I'm not completely sure, but it sounds like it.
I don't know.
We're digging.
I think
so. And just to give a quick rundown, the Federal Emergency Management Agency administrator announced that basically it's too early to tell when Jackson I think they said it's 150,000 people there will have full access to clean water. Quote unquote, they said, I think that we have a lot more to learn about what it's going to take to get that plant up and running. And also, guys, I'm going to include a video in here that you all can watch, and you all can leave your thoughts on. They knew that this was whatever this water was being ran on wasn't even being ran right. They never bothered to get any generators. They never even bothered to fix it. And it just makes me think about Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah.
So, but anyway,
population 83, I believe 83% black.
Yeah, it's mostly black. And people have families. Again, like we were saying in the introduction of the show, people have families. Imagine going in your kitchen, or you got a couple kids, husband, wife, or whatever, and you can't even use your water for the day. And this is why we stress to you all every show. Just get prepared and get ready, because you never know. Start storing water, getting canned goods, getting food. It looks like, soon you may have to get a inflated boat or some stuff of that nature, because you just never know. All this stuff is starting to happen all of a sudden. Mojo was just talking before the show, and he told me that out in Detroit, their power grid was down.
43,000 in the dark as of September 2nd, 2022.
So... But this is a chain reaction of what's happened around the world, not just one section. Absolutely. Out in India, what is that, Pakistan?
Yeah.
Their water, they're like almost underwater. Not the whole India.
Yeah.
But for the most part, they're having to save people by helicopters and stuff and putting them on boats, And they were just in the drought not too long ago, like 122 degree Fahrenheit weather.
Yeah. I mean, it's getting spooky out here, man. Like you said, we are in the end times. People should prepare, not even think about getting a boat. Get a boat. You don't need one. Get a boat. Get a boat. Make sure you get your supplies, get your water, as obviously you need the water. Get you the water, get whatever you use to, whatever your daily needs are. Make sure you stock up on those. Rice, potatoes, things that are perishable, non-perishable, things like that. Canned goods, certain kind of canned goods, things like that. Stock up on certain medicines, vitamin A and D and all that other stuff. I'm not saying you need to stock up on that, but I'm just saying whatever you use to get you through your daily duties, you're going to need to stock up on that because it's disappearing off the shelves. I don't know if y'all been to the grocery store lately. Last time I went to the grocery store, it was rough. It was rough because it's like, I don't know if I catch them at the wrong time where I be catching them in the midday where everything's already been sold or if I'm just waiting on another truck to land. But
is this at Costco?
Oh no, ain't no disrespect towards Costco.
And then you got people doing these you got people doing these mobbing, these flash mobs where they're robbing the store. So if they're doing this already, like robbing the stores, imagine how it's going to be when stuff really hits the fan.
Yeah.
They're doing this now when you still can go buy some stuff. When stuff is still on the shelves. Just imagine how it's going to be when supplies start to get really, really low. So
supplies.
Praying for you, Jackson.
For sure. Prayers to God bless Jackson. God bless India. They're out there going through things like
Pakistan.
Pakistan, that's what it is.
It's what they said. 1/3 of the country
is like underwater. Yeah, in Pakistan.
Crap.
Yeah.
Y'all think y'all don't need no boat?
So since we're just a quick rundown of some headlines. Also over in Russia, of course, we know Russia's main gas pipeline runs a gas pipeline to Europe. It allegedly is down for maintenance, but Europe is saying that Russia is blackmailing them. And that's causing a lot of problems out in Europe. We're talking about soaring gas prices. Like Europe, actually, they said that they were cutting people's gas off to try to save and preserve. And
So you want to be an enemy? All right.
They say energy prices have soared since Russia invaded Ukraine, and scarce supplies could push up costs even further. There are growing fears families in the EU will be unable to afford the cost of heating this winter.
That's rough.
And we touched on this briefly.
That's rough.
I know there's a lot of brothers and sisters out there. We praying for you.
Over in Europe,
they probably gonna do the brothers and sisters.
How cold they get out there.
Yeah,
they can't pay for the heat.
We can't take no cold.
We got to pray for the Lord. Hey, listen.
But I'm thinking, the people that can't afford it, there's gonna be a lot of brothers and sisters over there. They can't afford it, so we're gonna pray for y'all.
I'm gonna pray for y'all.
And also while we're on Russia, a Luke Oil chairman. So this is somebody who's over oil. Luke Oil chairman over in Russia, and I believe I'm pronouncing his name right, is Ravil Magnov, is the 8th Russian energy executive to die suddenly this year. Ravil, chairman of Russian oil giant Luke Oil, died Thursday after falling out of a window of the capital's Central Clinic Hospital, according to the Russian state-sponsored news outlet Interfax. It says Magnov's untimely death appears to mark the 8th time this year that a Russian energy executive has died suddenly under unusual circumstance. And that's as far as I'm gonna go in this article. But it's 8 this year. Yep. They say Magnova died Thursday after falling out of a window out of the capital Central Clinical Hospital. It said, but Luke Oil, the company that Magnov helped to build this company, said the 67-year-old passed away following, they said, a serious illness, but he ended up falling out of the window. Now, how did they're not saying how he fell out the window. In this
threw him out the window. Somebody threw him out the window.
You can't tell nobody what you did.
Oh, shoot. While we're out of people falling out the window.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, brother.
While we're on the subject of executives falling out of the window, news about the New York City CFO and Bath Beyond, the executive, dies after falling from a high rise. The chief financial officer of financial struggling Bed and Bath Beyond died Friday after falling from a New York City high rise. Now this comes
building.
Oh yes. Now, this comes days after Bed Bath and Beyond announced that they were going to be doing store closing. They had their stock price had went down. So
over 100 stores, right?
Over 100 stores. I want to say it could have been like 150 stores, like worldwide or nationwide.
Yeah.
They say emergency medical workers at the scene confirmed the death of Gustavo Arnal, 52, after he fell from the 57-story skyscraper.
Prestigious skyscraper.
Wow. And that is, these people are really falling out these windows. God bless them and their families.
Yeah.
And wow, this is a dirty game.
150 stores closing worldwide. He suddenly falls out of a Jenga building, which is this skyscraper she's talking about is literally built like a stack of Jenga building, like a Jenga clips. Like, this is a really prestigious building. This building costs some money. And ain't nobody just falling out of that building. Now, you could say suicide or something like that, but until that comes out, ain't nobody falling out that building like that, man.
Yeah.
No, that's too much money into that building.
If it wasn't a suicide, somebody threw him out.
Granted,
he was the companies and stuff you said was going down. He was losing buildings.
150 stores closed.
150 stores closed. So I probably feel like, man, my money.
Yeah, pressure.
Yeah, but am I going to jump out of the building? I could.
I'm already rich, though.
But see, the thing. They also they had a new plan that they had collected some money and they were like, okay, we're going to try it this way. Now, I'm not insinuating anything, but it's just
my life's work.
I'm with you on that.
It's just.
Have you ever been in bed? Have you ever shopped in there before, Myra?
A long time ago.
Did you ever been in there with your wife?
I believe so.
Man, they got some good lotion up in there. I know that.
Yeah.
They may be having sales and
stores closed down. How many stores did he have in total?
That I'm not for sure. Because they got them in the malls.
But is something happening where he had to just close that many stores that quick?
Well, because it was too late for them to change with the new way of the way people are buying things now.
Oh, Amazon probably kicking butt.
It's a new day and age. You know what I mean? The pandemic affected a lot of people's businesses.
Yeah.
So they tried to change their infrastructure, but it was a little too late.
Yeah.
But even though I was reading an article like the day before yesterday, and they had a plan to where they found a way. They had some investors that they came up on some money. They were going to try this new plan. So, but now this guy somehow ends up out the window.
I wonder if this new plan gonna fall through.
That's the interesting thing. Now, since he was like the chief financial over the finances and stuff like that, this is extremely interesting to keep an eye on. But
hold on, wait a minute. Now that I think about it, Edge might be onto something. He was the CFO.
Yeah, the CFO.
I don't think he was losing money. What? Well, you know what? I ain't gonna.
Nah, you gonna get paid out.
That's what I'm saying. He wasn't losing.
You
money.
want an employee?
Yeah, but he probably cared about the company. This is his baby.
Listen, what you saying? If 150 stores are closing, I'm finna get paid out.
You get paid out.
But I end up committing suicide. A, who's to say he committed suicide? And if he did, what for? B, I would think. Listen, I ain't
somebody went about the way, or
somebody doing some.
Or somebody wasn't happy with the way things were being ran.
Somebody laundering some money around there. Somebody knows something that ain't work. But yeah, rest in peace.
Dang.
Allegedly, we got to get to the bottom of this.
I hope he was following the Lord.
Yeah, well, he woke up and somewhere, he woke up wherever his heart was at.
Yeah,
wherever he was following, that's where he woke up at.
He waiting on that day of judgment.
The Army program gives poor performing recruits a second chance. So if you were a poor performing recruit, you got a low test score, good news. They're giving you a second chance now.
Hey, we going, bro. I can go. I can go.
Listen, they need people.
I think I got like a 21 first time, I believe.
The first time I
couldn't go.
The first time I took the ASVAP, I took the test to fly, to be a pilot, and the man came back and told me at best I'm good for infantry. At best. But I'm like,
go out there and get your head blown up.
Listen, at best you can go get shot. But even then, I wasn't good enough to get shot. My scores wasn't even good enough to get shot. A pilot.
Really?
Boy, please. These scores ain't good enough for none of that. Now, I do want to say this to say that. They said that in the ASVAP. I still went on to go to school and drive planes. So shows what the ASVAP know. But That's what's up. We can get a second chance out here, folks. Hey, sign up.
Yeah, because they need people now. It's not people. They say they don't have many people signing up for.
That's what they want. Now they want anybody.
Now they got a program. They're gonna tutor you now.
They're gonna start letting felonies in soon.
Yeah. Why not?
You can be a dummy.
Man, listen. There wouldn't be a shortage in the military in no branch if they went to those inmates and told them that we can knock some years off your sentence. You gonna come on through. They going.
Every year you do, we'll times it by 2.
Boy,
7 years, we'll give you 14 years.
If you make it through basic training, we'll give you, man. Listen, them boys are going. No doubt about it. I'd be one of the first as an inmate. Sign me up anywhere. Straight up.
Quick article. I'm not going to embark on this, but you all can feel free to look it up. There's a new law that punishes doctors who challenge the established narrative on the woohoo. So basically, out in California, there's a bill to punish doctors if they're spreading false information about, you know what. And yeah, they actually put out a law about this. And so that's something you all can look up. I'm not going to get too much into that. But man,
be telling no truth. Shut up. That ain't, well, don't be saying what we got in it.
The truth is false news, first of all. And who are you to tell what we put in it? Anyway, I sent out a cease and desist on all y'all. Keep the ingredients close.
What I see.
That's something strange, man. I don't even want to get on it, man.
Also out in California, they're asking residents to avoid charging your electric vehicles. But this is after they just put out a bill. After they put out a bill saying by 2035, we want to end the sale of all fossil fuel energy ran vehicles.
So they're limiting the charge on vehicles?
Because they're saying a fear of a blackout. But in California, a lot of people got them EVs out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're telling people like, oh, wait, everybody don't charge up at once. Unless you want to get a blackout, but you just put out a whole article basically saying like, hey, by 2035, we want to end the sale of fossil fuel energy ran vehicles.
I know there's some brothers out there. They were stunned with that little Tesla. Yeah. Oh, y'all still using gas? Y'all still using? Oh, now you can't even charge yours. Catch the bus.
I'm pretty sure it's some brothers out there.
Catch the bus.
Because some of these electric vehicles are solar powered.
But where do you? Yeah, but that's energy. But where are you going to get it? How are you going to charge it?
They are some like that, but I don't think
they're not fully solar powered. They still have to be charged.
Right.
Say if you got a solar powered vehicle, I'd assume that you could probably do 80% on those, 80% of the vehicle will run off that charge. And then anything left will go off the energy collected from the sun. Right. Combustion engines, which are typically piston and gas turbine engines, things of that nature, they have historically been fueled by fossil fuels. However, with the production of the renewable energy, non-carbon fuels such as hydrogen and ammonia offer new opportunities. And that's what's going on with the non-carbon fuels and combustion systems. So they are working, Myra, actively working to try to get away from fossil fuels.
But at some point, you're still going to need the fossil fuel, though. At some point. Because you can't use, you got these batteries, they just store the electric. You can't just put a battery.
For the battery, the components to make the battery, you're going to have to still get that out the ground.
Right. It just stores the electric, but you still, in order for that thing to be powered up, something's going to have to be plugged into that, and you're going to have to be using that energy to do that, is what I'm saying.
Hey, man, however y'all make it, continue to make it so people can, we don't want to black out. So people that's getting these electrical cars, I know they're a little salty now.
Well, but see, a lot of people like you see like a lot of car makers are starting to go electric. They're in the sales of their gas sales vehicles. Yeah.
But when they come out and say you can't power it up, well, we got a blackout.
Right. Listen. Or it only go a certain amount of miles. You can't go 5 states over.
So is it going to be in 2030 or something that they want all the electric vehicles done with?
2035.
I think
it's 35 too.
Yeah. And so in some state, I know in California it's 2035, and then I think some states may have it to 24. Don't quote me on that.
I think the president himself said he wanted down to 35.
Hey, they got a plan and he ain't gonna be around that long.
And I don't think
that's what I said.
That's a long time from now. It's getting crazy now.
But my thing is, with that whole situation, even with those, doing what they do, there's something going on with that. Because like I said, you have people out here who have electric vehicles. Now he's saying 2035. Rolls-Royce has sold out of every vehicle they have up until 2025.
Rolls-Royce?
Yes. And they're not going to stop making vehicles, I can assure you.
I thought that was Lamborghini. That was Rolls-Royce?
Rolls-Royce sold up until 2025.
I think Bugatti sold out until 2024.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? Listen to what we're talking about. Lamborghini.
But see, check this out. There is a new way that cars are going to be sold. Pretty soon, we're not going to have no dealerships. You're going to have to order your car. Yeah. They're getting, with this new plan in motion, they're getting rid of all the middlemen. They're trying to get rid of, you see there, they say by next year, 2023, they're going to introduce this FedNow app all across banking institutions. So now with the car salesman, if we're getting rid of, if you can order your car, I don't need a car salesman anymore. You don't really have to go to a car lot anymore. You're just going to order it off the internet.
Carvana.
So it's going to be, you're going to definitely see a shift in how things are going to be ran.
And I'll be honest with you, buying a vehicle online, 100%, the only thing I see that will cause an issue is test driving in the vehicles itself. But if you're buying a brand new vehicle, man, buying it online probably better than going to the dealership. You can get better discounts online, unfortunately. And you ain't got to deal with the hassle of sitting there talking to people. This and that and this and that. And I'm sure if you buy a vehicle offline, like I said, like a Carvana type of situation, I'm pretty sure you got a better chance of getting financed through, online than you will in person, which is another, caveat to it. So I don't know. I'm not for it, but I know all about, there are people buying vehicles online right now, getting them delivered to the house. That's what Tesla's pretty much doing.
And you save a lot of money. Yeah, they follow that Elon Musk thing.
Yeah.
Unless it's an as is.
That's why I said that's a little different. Now you buying as is, you want to test drive that thing. I want to make sure everything is running. I need to make sure there's actually wheels on this. Things like that. Make sure the doors open, stuff like that.
So also to switch gears, quick rundown. We got immigrants now being bused to Chicago. So at first they were being bused to New York and Texas. Now the mayor, Abbott, out in Texas, he's busted them to Chicago too.
She said she got a place for them though.
They say Chicago will provide a safe haven for migrants.
Send them all, and that's why it's gonna be millions of them. Send them all up there.
Hey, it's going to definitely be a change around. It's definitely going to be a change. Things are getting closer and closer.
A city where we live our values every single day. A city where immigrants and refugees have been a part of the fabric of the city from our earliest days. These are human beings, moms and dads, young children, elders who deserve our respect and dignity. They're not cargo. They are not chattel. They're human beings, just like you and me.
So she is welcoming them.
If I was them, everybody come.
Everybody go to Chicago. Governor Abbott, if I was you, I'd start sending them there. Stop sending them to the White House. Just send them to, New York. Just send them to Chicago.
Yeah. Overflow them.
Y'all already got high crime up there. You think you got a hold of it now? Okay, cool. Let me send all these immigrants up there. Let me see how well you handle that.
Man, it's going to be so many bus loads. People from Mexico, Guatemala.
Listen to what you're saying. I can only imagine the violence finna skyrocket through the roof. These people ain't got nowhere to go.
So now
there's people out there that ain't got nowhere to go.
Exactly. The homeless people. Regular people who can't even afford the rent.
Imagine the violence that's going to take place in Chicago when you invite all these immigrants in and you're sheltering them, but you got people still there right now who can't even get it.
Same thing in New York and Texas.
That ain't right. That's why Governor Abbott started sending them off. I got people here I need to take care of. How dare you start inviting people in and you're not even taking care of the people that's here? How about this? Bring them in and I'm going to send them to you. How about that? You want them over here?
He wasn't lying either. He went on here. He said, pull my card if you want.
Boy,
I had the buses fueled up and ready to go in the morning.
I think what he said, like 10,000 the first time they popped up. Boy, Biden them was hot. We got 5,000 immigrants in Washington? Yes. Those are 5,000 that showed up in Texas.
After I read this, we can talk about the embassy, Mojo. You can get that ready. So NASA, just a quick update of what's going on in space. NASA XM Space target spring for second civilian space station trip on the SpaceX Dragon. Now, the only reason I'm reading this is because I found something extremely interesting by reading this article. And then we'll leave from it. It says the Exxon Space 2 crew have yet to be named, but NASA rules require one of them to be a former NASA astronaut acting as a commander. So basically, in order for them to go up there, you have to have a former NASA person that already went up there before to be your commander. So Exxon Space had previously announced its intention for that person to be Peggy Whitson, the company's director of human space flight, who previously served as chief of NASA astronaut office and flew on several shuttle and flights with nearly 666 days in space. 666 days in space. Why was
666?
They put the emphasis. They chose her because she had 666 days in space. They put that in the article, letting people know that she's going to be the one floating
Sister
up there
love
with
the
y'all.
numbers.
I'm with it right now.
It's wild.
No. I'm with it right now.
I understand.
All this alien stuff that's happening, and you telling me somebody going back to space with the number 666? Yeah, I'm starting my antennas to flare it up. Okay, where were your antennas when they was out here sending 666 up into space? Where were your antennas? They were right here on the show.
Listen, the plans are being made, put in motion, and you know they're not going too far up there. You know what I mean? They're going a couple hours away. They're gonna be back down. They not. But anyway, Mojo, what we got going on with the embassy in Baghdad? And the embassy in Baghdad, that's the world's largest embassy. What's going on, Mojo?
Yeah, long story short, there protests that erupt about sorry about that. Let me get this pause real quick. All right. So protests erupted in Baghdad on Monday afternoon after popular cleric leader Muqtat al-Sadr announced that he was resigning from politics in Iraq, prompting concerns about those at the U.S. Embassy in the capital city. Now, the Associated Press reported that dozens of al-Sadr supporters had stormed the government palace buildings following his resignation. I hereby announce my final withdrawal, al-Sadr said, according to Jazeera, which posted on Twitter. Video shows numerous protesters near the buildings. Looks like they just ran up in there and just started. It was basically a Capitol Hill type of situation. At least 5 demonstrators were killed on Monday as tensions continued to escalate. The Associated Press also reported 15 others were injured by gunfire, and a dozen more were hurt after confrontations with the riot police and the use of tear gas.
So if you all thought January 6th was something, you're talking about something, the world's largest embassy, where they're not only protesting, but shooting, fighting. They're going inside of it. People having to resign. This is just a quick gem for you all just to pay attention to or to look up.
Yep.
Again, the world's largest embassy. Also, I don't know if you all know, but there is possibly going to be a railroad strike. Now, if this happens, this definitely puts the economy at a halt. It says a hugely profitable railroad companies, not just a company, but companies are putting the entire American economy in jeopardy. The railroads are refusing to negotiate a fair contract with workers who are on call 24/7 and haven't gotten a raise in 3 years.
Yes.
115,000 railroad workers could be forced to strike in September.
Yes. I agree, and I 100% support those brothers. If you know anything about the railroad, there are people who are on call 24 hours a day, and they're making minimum dollars. Now, you want me to stay on call, and when I say on call, literally 24 hours. There is no time limit on it. You're on call Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Meaning, if I call you at any time, you've got about 2 hours to get to the destination and start that work. Man, listen.
How much do they make?
Not enough to be on call. I can assure you of that. I'd rather hit the clock and just clock in and clock out. Not enough to be at home and then I have some actually come around. I might have to take my kids to go do something like that. And then they give me a phone call and I got to drop everything. And they have people they hire for the railroad strictly to be on call. I think that is egregious at this point in time. It is 2022. Put them people on the clock, man. Ain't no need for nobody to be on call. The railroads don't shut down. This ain't no situation where they close down at a certain time of night. No, y'all are open 24 hours, 365 days. Okay. So therefore you should have rotating shifts throughout the day. There should never be a time lapse where you need to put somebody on call. And if you're going to put somebody on call, that's fine. But like she just read, they ain't had a dang on pay raise in 3 years. You're right. It's time to strike. Yeah, it's time to strike. Yeah. If the economy's selfless, I hate to say it like this.
Just imagine if they go on strike.
Put your money where your mouth
is. Put your money where your mouth is.
If they go on strike.
Yeah.
There's no, I want them to stick their feet in the ground and stand on it.
Just talk about it.
Yeah, stand on that. Make them pull your cord. Y'all think
you're going to go in debt too. Okay. Your bills going to start piling up.
My bill's going to be piling up.
You're working at the railroad. They know you got these $4,000 mortgages and you got these car notes and baby got school.
And it's times like this.
Dinners and stuff like that. Yeah, you can't stand on it. That's what they banking on.
And it's times like this where I pray that, those brothers who are going to end up striking or going on strike, I pray that these brothers have the Lord with them through this strike. And I pray that the brothers actually do the strike. And I pray that these brothers have saved up some money so they can actually go through with it.
Yeah.
I ain't talking about no 1 or 2 days. Y'all got to be willing to miss a whole 2-week paycheck about this.
Oh, no. We need more than that.
Oh, yeah. No. I know more than that. I'm just saying, y'all going to have to be willing to drop out on something.
Because
y'all can't, because they get weekly checks.
If it's 100, you said 115,000 people.
That's what you said, right?
115,000 workers, yeah.
Yeah,
for hundreds of millions of dollars.
Billions.
Stand on that.
Billions of dollars.
For a month.
No.
All y'all need is 31
billions
days.
Of dollars.
No.
Give them 31 days. I guarantee they'll be negotiating with you.
We give $1 raise.
It's all right. What we're talking about can't no computer do. They ain't built the robot yet to do it. So you better stand
on it. We're going to look for some brothers that want to just...
Mojo, run the Pope article real quick.
That's true.
The Pope article.
Yeah. Let me see here. Pope Francis follows his decision earlier to decree that, on October 1st, he wants the deadline that all Holy See offices and the Vatican-linked institutions to deposit their assets with the Vatican Bank.
That money.
Yes, his decision comes earlier after the year to entrust the management to all of the Vatican assets to one office, to the Patrimony Office, also known as the APSA, in a bid to end decades of mismanagement that culminated with the scandal of over 350 million euros, aka dollars, investment into a London property.
So basically, just break that down just a little slow real quick.
Yeah, long story short, over the last few decades, $350 million have gone up in flames, and the Pope wants to do something about this. Therefore, he wants them to move all of the money that has anything to do with the Holy See offices, basically the Vatican, over to the Vatican Bank.
So basically, all the banks that's involved, all the banks, you got to send all your money to one place.
To us.
To one place.
Not just any place. Us. Like I said, the Vatican Bank. This bank.
Why is that?
On that paper.
You about to find out.
You be on Instagram liking those.
Ain't supposed to be the leader of the new institution?
I did hear something like that.
He be on. I think he has been caught on Instagram liking those big booty pictures.
Oh, he likes him some. He likes some cheeks. I've seen him. He out there and
like all type of cheeks.
I ain't know. Oh, absolutely. Get you getting with it early.
The Pope is he still praying to the Black Madonna?
He's still praying to
Black Mary and the Black
everybody,
Black Jesus,
Eagle, going for everybody,
along with the gold cow and all that other stuff.
Look, YouTube that'll go on Google. He prays to a Black Mary and a Black Jesus.
Not just him, all of them have.
Yeah, all the popes. That's what they.
All the popes they pray to.
So they already know what's up. They know we the chosen people.
Yeah, Vladimir Putin knows what's up. Yeah. All of them know what's up.
Quick one before we get out of here. Federal Reserve updates FedNow service timing to mid-2023, marks beginning of a full-scale pilot testing. So the
service kicking off in mid-September. I want to particularly thank you, the early adopters, for the important investments you're making to prepare for the day when the FedNow service goes live. Together, we'll be ready to launch the FedNow service between May and July of 2023, bringing this innovative core instant payments infrastructure to financial institutions of every size across America.
FedNow service launch to mid-year 2023, specifically targeting a production rollout of the service in May to the July timeframe. This further defines the previously communicated 2023 launch window for the anticipated instant payment service and comes as the FedNow pilot program prepares to enter technical testing for the service starting in September. So right now they're testing it and they plan to launch it near May through July. It says, today with the FedNow launch date in sight, we are pleased with the collaboration and dedication our pilot participants have brought to advanced modern payments in America. Currently, more than 120 organizations are participating in the FedNow pilot program. Recent newcomers include U.S. Bank, Exchange Bank, several payment processors, and solution providers, including Alacrity Payments, LLC. So basically, you got big banks, big money institutions, basically being in agreement and working and partnering with this FedNow app, and they're planning to launch it like right now in September, do like a little pilot, and they plan to have the rollout near between May and July. So if all banks are starting to go with this FedNow app.
So what's the FedNow app? Like what it's supposed to do?
Okay, so basically
is up.
What is
right.
the work?
So last show we discussed this with the FedNow app.
Yeah.
So basically you're getting rid of all the middlemen. So basically the FedNow app, the Federal Reserve will be in charge of your transactions. They'll be able to see everything now. Everything will be tracked. Everything will be monitored,
Tax.
So that's outside of Cash App?
No. They're taking the place of all of that.
Yes.
They're getting rid of everything.
So no more Cash App.
Nothing.
No more Venmo.
No, it's the FedNow app.
It's all FedNow.
And if
you think it ain't real, like you just said, all the banks just agreed to it.
You can't receive your money if you don't have this app.
Oh, so wait a minute. Hold up. So the bank, all they had to do is get the bank to agree, and they not worrying about Cash App or none of that,
right?
Because the bank,
because they're telling the banks, they probably got something in it for the banks because this app will be eliminating the banks. But if you got banks willing to partner up with them, it makes it a whole lot easier. So now they'll be able to say what you're spending your money on. They'll be able to turn off your app. You're spending too much money on fossil fuel, heavy energy products. You got pulled over this month.
The next step after they get everybody using this app, the next step is we got to get rid of that cash.
Well, this is that. It won't be done. This is that. The FedNow app is that.
So listen,
I'm saying, but if they got
there's this. You get a direct deposit when you get paid your check, right? With this FedNow app, it's gonna come in.
It's a digital currency.
It's gonna
but
come
that's
in.
what I'm saying. He get the direct deposit of the check. Why can't he go get cash?
You can't. It won't be that.
It won't be none of that.
It's a digital currency.
So no more cash.
This is the government. Long story short, the government just found a way to make their own Bitcoin, and this is it. And they're gonna use it through an app,
and they can program it. They can say,
"Hey, have algorithms."
They're basically this is like the star of your social credit
no more cash.
Yeah,
and
we're working on
once they get this rolled out. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like that's the end goal. Like, after they get that out, no more cash.
Absolutely. What we need cash for? You listen. Work on that FedNow app. Okay.
It says the FedNow service will be accessible to financial institutions of any size, helping broaden the reach of instant payments to communities nationwide. Financial institutions participating in the service will be able to provide businesses and consumers with the ability to send and receive instant payments efficiently and securely. Payment recipients will have full access to funds immediately, giving them greater flexibility to manage their money and make time-sensitive payments.
Look, so basically, they can come out and say, the dollar can crash. Dollar is meaningless. So you get this, and you'll be able to still have some buying power, but your cash you got in your pocket don't mean nothing.
Hey, they'll tell you they can cut this app off at a certain time. You can't go to the store now.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for a drug dealer that got millions of dollars on his bed.
Sorry for a drug dealer. I feel sorry for people, well, listen.
These scammers and got all this money in cash.
The people with the unwoohoo.
I wonder how the rappers gonna stunt now if they gotta use.
And with this thing, with this app, you gotta get your location. You have to accept the privacy, the location. You download apps and stuff. They're gonna be able to see everything, and they're gonna tell you like, "Hey, okay, how many tickets did you have this month? Oh, okay, we're gonna take away 2 of your coins. Oh, or you're not supposed to be out this time. There's a curfew. We're gonna take away the Fed. They will have control over all of that. That's the thing. It's more control." Yeah. So
take this mark.
Take
this mark. You won't be able to buy or sell. So take this mark, and we'll let you keep your money. Oh, you don't want to take it?
Get up out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You didn't pay your rent on time. Oh, your loan. Oh,
Get him up out of here. Get him up out of here. Gotta get him up out of here.
Yeah, what you say about the government on your post?
You was out here protesting? You protesting? You gonna be in the negative?
Oh, you a street preacher, huh? Get him up out of here.
I say, we're gonna block that for you.
Jesus.
Yeah,
they trying it all. It's gonna be. Listen, the end times are here. Get ready for it. And first of all, it's gonna come like a thief in the night. And I want y'all to know right now, you can't say you didn't know about it because we went on here telling you. So you can't say you don't know about it. We've warned you. You've been forewarned. Where they say the words in the Bible are foretide for your learning. That's what this is. This was a foretide.
Okay, and lastly, Brian Reese, he's appointed by President Biden. He's the National Economic Council, and he's formerly a global head of sustainable investing at the powerful investment manager BlackRock. So basically, Biden.
It's over, man.
BlackRock.
They
got a BlackRock person working in this council now.
They finally done got in, huh?
Not only that, but there's another guy he appointed we'll get into next time. But yeah, guys, just get in the word of God. Jesus is Lord, y'all. Follow his light, man. It's getting real.
Absolutely.
Man, it's getting real. Before you go, one real quick.
It's getting real.
Guys, I gotta go. Proverbs 28, verse 13.
Judge.
He who covers his sin will not prosper, but whoever confesses and forsakes them will have mercy.
Amen.
You want mercy? Don't cover your sin, man. I'm a fornicator. I smoke crack.
Let it happen.
I do drugs. I love to have sex with women. I'm living in adultery.
Those who cry out,
Lord, please forgive me. I repent for my sins.
Absolutely. Amen.
We love y'all.